Hello, and welcome back to the Rigged Recap, where I'm joined by my co-host all season long, Kayla Says.
And we are joined by the certified most beautiful woman in the world, Abigail Beverly Hillz. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be able to rip into these girls this week.
Yeah.
For the talent show, we were like, we need someone who is gorgeous and has talent. So you were the one that we had to have.
We called you up. We said, we need somebody with credentials.
Oh, me? Oh, it's me. Okay. Thank you. Oh my God. Stop it. No, keep going.
Abigail, what have you been thinking of this season so far? Like, what's the vibe?
Oh gosh, drag, it's on TV. I live for some of the girls. I know some of the girls off the show, so I'm always rooting for the girls I do know. But the lack of transsexual icons, the lack of drag kings still, the lack of cis women who drag, it's getting to the point where it's like, I just fell in love with Canada season 6, and we got to see why it's such a diverse cast. And as someone who loves the show, literally loves RuPaul, I have proof. I genuinely just wish that, there was a little bit more representation of what the actual drag scene looks like when we get out into the public, because I don't want people coming to my show still and asking me if I'm a woman out of drag, if you get what I mean, because that happens too often.
That's crazy. That's insane.
I know, it's crazy, right? Girl, the straight women that come to my club, they're like, wait, how do you like have that? And it's like, oh, honey, like, do you have this time?
Take a seat. We have to educate.
I'll educate.
Yeah. If you are not following Abigail Beverly Hillz on social media, you are missing out on so many incredible looks. Seriously, you have one of my favorite Instagrams to go through, because everything is so well shot and everything. You have so many incredible looks.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. For me, I love performing. I've been a theater kid all my life, but my looks are something I'm really passionate about. And actually, my trans daughter, Christy Da Vinci, she taught me to sew about 4 years ago. So she really has been the push for me to put so much more into my looks. If you go back to mid 2021, you could see just this explosion of me actually wanting to get into drag, into drag, because a lot of it before was I have $50. Let me go to Fashion Nova and then just rhinestone something. And now it's I go to Shein and I rhinestone something. Just kidding. No, but I really love drag. Drag. It's we need to be doing drag again. Whatever happened to that? I don't know.
Just looking at your looks, I would have thought that you have sewn since you came out the womb.
I started rhinestoning, I think, because I started drag in what year was it? I started drag in 2014. So I think it was 2017 or 18 when I started rhinestoning looks. Before, it was just bedroom queen, or once a year I would pop out at a college, all ages drag show. So yeah, that was, interesting times. But
also, Christy Da Vinci, icon and legend.
I was just going to say, shout out to Drag Duel alum, Christy Da Vinci.
When I tell you, I remember when she was competing, she's such an incredible artist. She's been one of my closest, she probably is my best friend. And I've learned so much from her, and she inspires me a lot. I can never be her drag mother because she's too good at drag, but I'm really happy that I've seen her blossom as the beautiful trans woman she is, and just continuing to see her shine is makes me feel so good. That's just a little angel. Oh, I love her so much.
Well, and obviously we need more trans folk, we need more kings, we need more all of that on Drag Race. We need more Chicago rep on Drag Race. There are so many incredible drag artists in Chicago.
Wake it up. And on top of it, how are you going to bring the Drag Race experience to Chicago? And you haven't had a Chicago queen on since season 13?
That's such a good point. That's such a good point. They occupied your town, and they won't put people from your town on the show.
Girl, they're taking over. No, and I love it. I actually haven't been able to go to the experience yet. I'm actually planning a whole photo shoot, video shoot at the experience. I'm dropping here. But I don't know. I think what was Denali and Kimura, I think the last actual Chicago people that represented on the show. Because I know Daya and Willow moved afterwards. I know, God, who else lives here now? I mean, I know Brooklyn Heights lives here now. But there's people who have moved here to Chicago because it's incredible. The drag scene is just top notch. Only thing I'll critique about Chicago is it's too competition based, but I'm lucky that I don't got to do all that shit anymore. I was like, oh, that's
you're not gonna do freshman 13?
girl, what do I look like doing up there? I first of all, I don't got that. Like, what I love about those competitions and I love about all those girls is that they must have lots of money, because I just don't. Like, I mean, I know Michelle Visage says it doesn't take a lot of money to do drag, but even this like stone swimsuit that I bought out of these like ostrich feathers cost me about like $150, and like, girl, that's like my car parking downstairs, for a month. So I need to like make sure I'm able to afford to do drag. And I don't know. I just think I'm at a place in my drag where I know myself. I don't need to like discover myself in that way. But I am planning to do Miss Continental soon. So
Oh, that would be, honestly, yes. You would slay that.
I would, because I've racked up a couple titles in my day and stuff, and so like, but I haven't competed in a pageant since I did the Drag Queen of the Year pageant with Alaska back in 2023. And RIP to that pageant. Don't know what had happened. It was really going strong.
I love that. Twink was on that too.
Yeah, Twink was the year before me. Yeah, and then after my year when I was the runner-up, they said, you know what, we have, our forever top two, me and Nikki Jizz, and we're just gonna move on. I don't know, but it was such a fun time. That whole experience was crazy. But yeah, I'm getting the pageant bug now. So if you see me, randomly win Miss Continental on my first try, I guess that's just what I had to do.
Hold on, my mom is calling me. Give me 1 second. Hello. What's up?
It's a chaotic episode.
Girl. God, hopefully my audio stays cool.
Oh no, I'm recording my podcast right now. Can I call you back? You have wedding question. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, bye.
Okay,
anyway.
So we have my audio issues. Your mom calls. My cats are playing in the background. What's next?
I'm gonna leave in the call from Mama Says.
Yeah, please do.
So talking about Drag Race, talking about this episode, we saw the Briar Brush. Hold on, that's like the third time I've done that. This
Briar Brush.
Briar Blush was just eliminated, and I feel like with that, a lot of the like feistiness and a lot of the drama kind of left.
I agree. I follow Briar. She followed me for a while. Like, I really love her drag, and I don't feel like she got like the best like showing. I don't think she was able to truly show like who she is and what she could do. I don't know what it was. Maybe because she had walking pneumonia, like, poor girl. But I would assume that's like, maybe a catalyst in it. But I really want to see her come back for like an All-Stars, or even get like another chance at another season or something like that. She'd be like my first pick so far. And I love Mandy Mango. She would be my second, but
a lot of these early outs are like, they're giving like they would be main characters on other seasons. Like Didi Fuego on another season would be like a huge character.
I agree. And Dee Dee's great at drag too. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, she had this like audition tape that she posted like years ago. I think I don't remember what season it was, but she like highly edited it. It was like kind of iconic. And I think it might have been from season 16 or 17. So I've known a Dee Dee for a while, and I go to New York City sometimes to like perform and tour and stuff, and I always hear her name come up. So I'm like really happy that she like got on and at least got a chance, because she just like worked with Betsy Johnson, which obsessed with Betsy Johnson. So like that's like cool as fuck.
Such a random collab, but like work Didi Fuego.
I love that. Like, and then she collabed with Gunnar Deathridge from Project Runway for her latest runway. I was like, this bitch is pulling all. She's like Kimura Hot levels of like drag connections, like when it comes to the runways and shit. I was like, work, bitch.
Yes. Well, and also Kayla, this episode I feel like is the Mia Starr episode, and Kayla has been a Mia truther since promo.
I have seen. I love Mia. In my opinion, if I was there, I would have put Mia in the top 2 if she just looked a little better, I would say. I like, I'm sorry, but like the hair, like the bob was cute. Whatever, I mean, Pretty Ugly is a great song that she got to perform in that hair.
I do agree that I was not a huge fan of the hair. I was not a huge fan of the hair.
Also, the mismatched purples too. I was like, girl, like, could we just have a theme? We have purple thigh-high boots or something. Like, there just needed to be a theme for me. I'm very monochromatic color scheme type girl.
So it sounds like we're going to be having a back and forth this episode between Mia Starr's #1 fan, Kayla Says, and Mia Starr's #1 hater, Abigail Beverly Hillz.
I cannot hate her. I followed Mia for a few years. I think she's an absolutely incredible performer, an incredible dancer. I don't know if she should have been in the top 2. Now, I will say, I agree. I actually think she could have won the girl group. I thought that was her better episode, personally. I was like, I thought, and not that I don't love Jane Don't. Her runway was incredible that week, but I thought, I actually liked Mia. Like, she had like that, like, reference to all the different, like, themes of the runway. She was sickening. I would have given her the win then, personally. I would have switched a couple of the wins around. Like I don't know. I would have given, like, Vita Von T Starr the first episode. I don't know. It's interesting. The season's been judged. It's going to be a good riggery for you, Derek.
I'm already taking the notes. Trust me, I'm already taking the notes.
I feel great. I feel vindicated. I love my life. The sun is shining. The sun is not shining. It's actually cold as shit here in New York. I haven't seen the sun in days. It's dark outside. I haven't seen the light. But I'm just so happy. I don't know. Every season, I sort of just like really attach myself to a queen, and I just love her energy. And I loved what she did this episode. She was like the highlight of this episode for me. Besides the fact that her wig was interesting. Derek, how did you feel about this episode overall before we get into the specific performances here?
Well, we're doing it very differently. So we're kind of doing what we did last season in the premiere, but now we're doing it in the middle of the season. So it's the first time we're doing Rate a Queen while the queens all know each other, which I think added a really interesting dynamic. And by that, I mean, this was an episode of Survivor. And they were voting someone off the island, for sure. Did you like that there was more strategy involved because they knew each other? Or did you think it kind of like took away from the actual judging?
I just personally think that, like, the talent show should be either like the first or the last episode, and it should be like told to the queens, which is what it's going to be. Because I feel like, do you want to introduce yourself or do you want to close out the season you thought you delivered on? I don't know. I think, to me, doing it in the middle of the season where like 3 girls are gone, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I felt the same way about UK season 7 when they did it in the middle of the season. I don't know. I would have loved to see, because I think Mandy Mango might have posted like the audio she would have used, I think, or like whatever for her talent show. I was like, that's kind of sickening. I think Mandy kind of, maybe could have ate it up a little bit. I would have loved to see what Briar, Mandy, and Dee Dee did for the talent show. Because maybe we would have gotten Irene the alien water moment. I don't know, but like I don't know. It wasn't my favorite choices.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I just think like they really want to make this talent show Rate a Queen thing happen and work so much. Like they want everybody to love it. They want everybody to be like, this is my favorite challenge. I love it, and I love Rate a Queen, and I love strategy. And I just feel like it's still not compatible with like what the rest of Drag Race is. I just still am not a huge fan of like doing strategy, voting, manipulation for only one episode.
I mean, as a huge Survivor Big Brother fan, like, love all those shows so much. I had fun watching the strategy. I had fun watching the chaos as everyone was making 50. Like, that's fun. But I do agree that, like, are we losing the plot here? Like, is someone who, and spoiler alert, is someone who wasn't necessarily the best going to end up being, like, fucked over because of that? And are we okay with that? And for All Stars, I feel like it's a different story because it's always kind of been that way. Like, it's always kind of been like they might make a move and something, but for like a regular season, I don't know how I feel about someone like on their first chance getting it potentially taken away because of like a twist.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, if you were there, Abigail, would you be doing the strategy? Would you be like making the alliances?
I feel like, okay, controversially, I brave opinion, I would just want my drag to speak for itself. Like, I've had a couple different concepts I've floated around, like, mentally for what I would do for the talent show. Shall I ever, finally, get on? I don't know. Like, I want to be strategic and make good television, and maybe I would be like Van Gogh and Ebony in season 6 of Canada and like tell everybody I have an alliance with them, and then just say fuck it and do what I want to do. Or maybe just have like an alliance, like, okay, say if I went there with like some of my best, like a couple of my best friends, like say if I went there with Scarlet Business, or say if I went there with Christy Da Vinci, or like another girl that I really loved, maybe I'd have like a secret alliance with them. But I don't know. I just don't think I could, like, I can't, like, it's hard for me to be like fake. I just like, I have like my emotions written on my face. So if I'm like, oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna put you in the top two, they're gonna be like, bitch, we know you're not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the thing, you know. Maybe that's controversial. I don't know.
Well, that's what added a whole other layer to this is that you have a drag family here. You have Mia and Juicy and Athena, who are all clearly going to be looking out for each other because why wouldn't you? And
Right.
so that's what kind of inspires Ciara to say, well, there's still 5 of us that were in the glam girl group. So if we stick together, then we should all be able to, make it to the top. So it's like all of these people that are just trying to like pull at straws for any kind of like alliance.
Yeah, I don't know. Alliances are, I think sometimes they can make great television. I also think sometimes they can be like a predictable television. I don't know. Maybe I don't always like predictable, if that's like the way to put it. I don't know.
The way I think Jane also described it really well, where she was like, I don't really care what these bitches think about me. I care about what the judges think. And like, I kind of feel like that. You know what I mean? I don't come to Drag Race for the Survivor-esque element of it. I just think I prefer, watching the drag and being able to judge for myself at home, but also being able to watch other people judge and give critiques. And so I kind of agree with Jane there, where she was like, I don't give a fuck what these bitches think about me. And like, yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. Because it's like, it could be entirely arbitrary. Like, sometimes they vote fair, but it's like sometimes they could just randomly be like, I don't want this person in the top, and then they're not. And it's like, well, how's that satisfying? I don't know. I like watching the person do the best, get rewarded for being the best.
Oh yeah, and I'll be real with you guys. We'll probably get into it, but I don't think the judging was correct for who the bottom person was this week at all. So I was like, I was ready to get into this episode because I have some thoughts.
Yeah. And for someone like Jane Don't, who's done exceptionally well, been in the top almost every single week, like she would be, if I were her, I would be so stressed of like, well, fuck, and I've done so well. Is this now going to like screw me over and they're going to put me in the bottom, even if I don't deserve it?
I would think that too. That's when the girls play strategy. It's like she could be like how Nymphia how was robbed out of the talent show top two that for
Lucky
her secret.
stars.
You know what I mean? It's like love Geneva Carr, vroom vroom. But I just don't think that she should have been the top two. I think it was Nymphia just had such an amazing cultural talent too. And I don't know. It's just like I feel like if next week it's like it gets to be the top two and say Jane Doan does great, but she places third, I'm gonna be like, you bitches, like damn it. You already got my girl Ciara. I'm like obsessed with Ciara Myst, so I'm like mad she was the bottom this week. Which
It's funny that you mentioned Nymphia because she's kind of involved in this week's daily discourse.
oh, is
yes.
there discourse? I don't go on like Reddit and shit.
Well, then you're about to hear a whole lot of shit that people are talking.
Yeah, it was some discourse about so every week we do this daily discourse where we kind of just talk about like what's going on in Drag Race social media land. And so there were a lot of folks complaining about a tour that Nymphia the Serpent tour that Nymphia and Plastique did because apparently people were saying that there was a lot of downtime in between numbers where they were kind of like waiting for stuff to happen and like a lot of allegations concerning unprofessionalism. And then I've seen some other folks being like, you guys are being way too hard on them. Like they're two queens who put this together themselves. And, like, of course, like it's only the two of them performing, like besides their opener, they're going to have like, a lot of time in between costume changes. And I don't know. What do you guys, Derek, what do you think? We'll start with you and then we'll go to Abigail.
I think that for someone like Nymphia, who people like to dogpile on, I think especially after that very Delta episode, it just
that's what I'm gonna say.
it just became like easy and like I don't know Nymphia, she could have just been having a bad day, but watching that episode, you're kind of like, what is going on here? So you just are looking for reasons to want to dog on Nymphia after that, and any like way you can come up with why she's unprofessional, people are going to jump at because it's going to be a talking point. But I also think this was like the first night of a tour. There's always going to be hiccups. Things like the AI graphics, obviously there's not really a excuse for that, but like I think that people are expecting Work the World when there's only two queens like running a show together. Like it's not going to be Work the World levels every single time you go to a drag show.
And I hate to be this way, but like we are living the downfall of American society right now. Like, I mean, who has money? I know I've talked about it already, but like I just like I just want to go see drag and have fun. If there's a couple hiccups, that's drag. I mean, I can't tell you guys how many times I've had like costume malfunction or a titty pop out, or if it wasn't for the grace of God, something else wouldn't pop out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, drag is like, we're human beings on stage. Like, you don't expect like, okay, like Mariah Carey or Beyonce or Janet Jackson or anybody, like they all have that same, they have malfunctions in their tours too. So I think that holding the girls to a standard that like is kind of unachievable in the first night, and if there's only like 3 or 4 performers in the show, like maybe quick changes, take a note from the continental girls that have to get ready in 10 minutes for the next category, but or have some dancers or something. I don't know how Sasha Colby's like stripped tour went. I know she ended up having to take a break at the end of the second part of her tour, but I mean, I heard nothing but glowing reviews about that, so maybe people could take note from that. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why people dogpile on queer people when we should be dogpiling on the politicians that want us gone. But I don't know.
And Plastique as well is someone that people love to dogpile on because, in some regards, she is kind of like the head bitch. Like, she has the most TikTok followers. She is constantly getting like opportunities and all of this stuff. So for one thing to go a little bit awry for Plastique Ciara, like people are gonna want to jump at that and be like, "Hey, see, she's not as good as she is on TikTok." But like, just shut up. I don't know.
I will say, I saw Plastique Ciara perform once. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
She blew me away. Not saying that is like, indicative of like every performance that every queen is ever going to have on every stage, but I did want to say, like, she's great. I had a great time. I gave her $1. It was a good time.
I don't know. I like Plastique. I like Nymphia. I met Nymphia one time at a bar in West Hollywood called Mickey's, and I mean she just seemed like she was just like living her best fantasy and everything like that. And so I live for that. But I don't know Nymphia very well, so I can't judge her as a person. But I don't know. I just don't think we should be judging queer art super strong right now. I mean, if we want to be a little mad if we paid $100 for a ticket, which I heard that's what the price was of the tickets, then I mean, okay, I get that, but let's not like, send fire and brimstone down upon them or whatever.
I agree. I ultimately think it comes down to, and I think this is a greater conversation, not even just about like drag shows, but about just like live entertainment in general. The cost to like go out and have a live experience has gotten so out of hand and ridiculous and insane. And so people have to drop a lot of money to be able to see anybody live and in person. And it's expensive for these artists to tour as well. It's expensive for these artists to tour. A lot of times they're paying out of pocket for their own like elements to make these shows happen. And I think because of that, like, also this all trickles down from the terrible, horrible billionaires corrupting our system and running our government and making everything difficult for everyone to live and function. And so I think there's just a lot of residual anger about like, not being able to like enjoy things at an affordable price, and also probably frustration on these artists' part for having to pay a lot of money and make a lot of things happen on their own dime to be able to like give a quality experience to people. I think there's a lot of frustration happening in regards to that right now, and we should all cut each other some slack. Everybody be cool.
Say kumbaya.
Say kumbaya.
Yes.
Everybody be cool.
Yes.
And that has been your daily discourse for today. Derek, we have a talent show to talk about.
We have the Raid a Queen talent show, but it is split in half. So we will get 6 this week and 5 next week, which feels like a very low number to do for a whole episode. And I'm like, why didn't they do this last week when they had like an even number? But sure, whatever. Abigail, would you have wanted to go first or second? Like the first episode or the second episode?
Okay, I feel like here's the thing for me. I would want to know who the guest judge is, because say if like it's my season, right? And the 2 episodes they split up, it's like Mariah Carey and Janet Jackson are the guest judge. That's gonna be like life or death for me, so I'll have to have everybody choose for me. But like I want to know so I can like really like I don't know, vibe with the person, because I don't know that's for me. Like I like to know who I'm performing for. Like I like to know my audience. Because I mean, like I know RuPaul and Michelle are going to see me every week, but I don't know, something about like when like Cardi B judged, like she was an incredible judge and she gave a lot of feedback. Like I want to get like the best feedback, and I want to feel like the most confident in like what I'm able to portray. So that's probably what I would go for.
That's so fair. Zara Larsson was the guest judge this week.
Obsessed. Love Zara.
perfect timing because she's having her little renaissance right now.
Yes. Oh my God. Midnight Sun. Pretty Ugly. Was Hot and Sexy. Is that one of her other new songs?
Yeah,
Or whatever? So
Stateside
good.
with Pink Pantheress. Like
Oh
she has like
yes, that's good.
so many songs. Lush Life, which came out in 2015, is now hitting its peak in the US at number 35, which is
Kind of iconic.
crazy. But I love that for her.
Yeah, she deserves it.
She does. I've loved her for so long. And I did fall off for a little bit. Some of her albums did get a little bit whatever. But she said, I finally started working with gay people again and my music got way better. And I'm like, yes, MNEK.
Yes, gay people.
Gay people it's always the solution.
Yeah.
What did we think about RuPaul's look from this episode?
Love her. I think her looks this season have actually been getting better. I think Zaldi like finally got like, really heavy on the sewing machine again. So I'm really excited to see what RuPaul continues to wear because this is.
Yeah, I love this. I think it's super cute.
I love the colors. I love the little like asymmetrical belt situation that almost like works as like a peplum for one hip. Like it's just so. I'm over. RuPaul, wear some longer hair just once this season.
RuPaul, wear black hair. I want to see RuPaul in black hair so bad.
What she had that album cover that she has like the black hair and it's
Looking Good, Feeling Gorgeous. One of my favorite songs by her. Like, oh my God, that was just so good. Like I don't know why RuPaul's scared of it. Like I know when she had Matthew Anderson, he really got her together, but I don't know who her hairstylist is now because it's not Delta anymore. So
clearly. Oh.
I'm deceased.
Yeah, but she looks great. And honestly, Raven has perfected the face. So
Raven is just the top tier.
So first we're going to talk about the queens that did not compete in the talent show this week, but we're going to talk about their runways because the category was Not Today Satin. They had to wear looks that included satin. It's satin is hard because like I feel like it comes off as cheap on camera.
Yeah, especially if you don't like iron out the wrinkles.
Yeah, and I feel like that was where a lot of these looks kind of like. We'll get into it.
I know my Wi-Fi just went out again.
I could tell you just froze. I love that she's frozen right now, but in such a cunty pose.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a pretty girl get ugly like this? Kayla, you would kill that song.
I would. I literally know I would.
You would eat that song. Come back to us, Abigail. Come back to us.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can. So, starting off with the looks, we have Athena Dion in this lovely fuchsia pink number. Abigail, what did you think about this look?
I actually I liked it. I didn't think it was reinventing the wheel in any particular way, but I thought good look. I think she looked gorgeous. I would see her at a brunch in Mykonos wearing this and just doing some soft, sexy number.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my favorite look, but I like it, and I also think I think the queens had a real challenge on their hands this week because satin. I feel like everybody was like, I hate working with satin, and it's hard to make it look good. I'm gonna give this like a open case. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. What about you, Derek?
Yeah, I think if she had some fierce black wig, it would have really worked with the pink. I feel like having the head wrap with the pink, it was just I don't know. I think she could have made it cuntier with a nice wig, but it's fine. It's an open case.
I'll give it an open case. I feel like that's the best way because I don't think it's the coldest thing I've ever seen. I don't think it's the wow, but it's
It's fine. Next we have Discord Adams. This is inspired by another runway collection.
Do you guys hear the fire truck outside my house now? Oh my God, what a day it is. Gosh. Okay. I actually love this look. I'm one of the few that does. I've seen people be like they don't understand it, don't get it. I just think Discord looks incredible. This is one of my favorite looks of the week, personally.
I honestly forgot that I don't even know. Okay, when I was watching this episode, I was also having a crisis. So I feel like little parts of my Oh my god, there's a ton of firefighters walking outside my window too. What the fuck is happening?
Guys, this
It's
is
like a bunch of guys.
crazy.
They're not even in a truck. They're all just like
Girl, the
walking
world
around.
is burning or something outside.
What is happening? I've never seen this before. There's like literally like 10 firefighters walking outside my window. Sorry.
Are you in Chicago? Just kidding.
I'm in New York. I don't even know. What is going on? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Abigail, you're frozen.
You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Wait,
Okay,
you
you're
might be
back,
back.
you're
You
back,
might be back. You might be back.
Yeah, you're back.
You're back. Okay.
Oh my god, I don't even know. I'm if I'm here, I'm here. I'm like the ghost. I'm like that one girl in UK season 5 where they just like she kind of comes.
They edited her out. Oh my god, guys, this has been the wildest recording process.
Yeah, the world is burning.
Wi-Fi's aren't Wi-Fiing. And,
everything's crazy. I honestly feel like this look was like zapped from my memory because when I was watching this episode again, I was like, I can't even get into it. But looking at this now, you know what? I kind of honestly, I respect it, like, because satin is such like an ugly fabric in some ways. Like, it's an ugly context. I kind of like that she leaned into the chaos of it. I'm kind of fucking with it, just looking at it like this. So I'm gonna give it a close case. I like it. What do you think, Derek?
I think it looks way better here in this photo than it did on the actual runway. And I have the same issue with it that I have with all of Discord's looks. Is there's too much discord. It's like there's too much happening. It's a little bit messy. It's not fitting correctly. I think here in this photo, because RuPaul's Drag Race refuses to post photos of their looks, I like it in this photo. I did not like it on the runway, so I guess I'll give it an open.
Open.
Yeah.
I would give it a close case personally.
Up next, we have Jane Don't. This is her second bird look this season.
I would. This is a don't for me. I love everything that's going on from like the waist, the flowers, the hair up. I just don't like the fit of the bottom of the look, and I don't like the open toe kind of shoe that she had going on. I guess I kind of get it with like the lines of the sun. It kind of like adds that little element to the bottom of it. I just think that there's something off with the fit at the bottom. That's the only thing I would say about it that I don't like.
Yeah, I don't love this. I feel like when I saw it like walking down the runway, I just thought it was very kind of like disconnect. Like, I don't know. Just feels like a lot to look at. I do like the hair though. I think the hair is really cool. I think I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it an open case. What about you, Derek?
This, I feel like, Abigail, your look would go into this collection, but yours would be the one that people would like remember better than the one that Jane wore.
Damn, I'm like, girl, I'm like over here in like a fucking stretch bodysuit with a couple feathers. She has the entire feather collection. I would give this an open case. I feel like it's not bad. It's not like the best thing. Jane has had some incredible looks. She's just not my favorite from her so far.
Yeah, it's too much. There's so much going on. And I feel like just focusing on one or two of the elements, whether it be this like really cool pattern on the dress or the plumes of feathers hanging or the bird, would have been better than trying to include all of them. But there's a lot of like tea on this runway. Everyone had a problem with this runway. And this was a backup. Like she like threw this together last minute. And I can tell, but you know, I'm still gonna give it a cold case. I'm sorry.
Damn, I could tell. No, I would say that Vita Monty, Starr, and Kenya Pleaser made their looks in the workroom or something.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. So speaking of Kenya Pleaser, this was made from a jacket from Vita or Nini, someone?
Jane? Wasn't it
Jane? Oh, it's Jane.
It's Jane.
Yeah. So she made this in the workroom, which are we giving credence? Are we giving like a little clearance for that? Or are we still gonna like hold it to the same?
I'm obsessed with Kenya Pleaser. I think she's an incredible personality. She's, to me, like the confessional queen of the season. Like, I am rooting for my girl. I just don't feel like she's had, other than, I would say maybe her entrance look had like I actually love that, like that rhinestone bodysuit catsuit she did with the white. But she has
flying squirrel.
Like, consistent like runway looks. And I feel like this is just like, I feel like this is giving me, I don't know what she'd be performing in this at like brunch, but this is giving like brunch outfit. It's not giving RuPaul's Drag Race runway. And I feel like that's just because of the fact that she had to make it in the workroom. I know so many girls, especially like, cause I've helped a couple girls get ready for the seasons and stuff, that like designers flake on you all the time and they'll give you like, oh, we get this done for you. And then they'll give you like, an outfit that doesn't fit you at all. Or like, it just looks a hot fucking mess. Like I know, girl, I have some horror stories for supporting some of these girls, and I hope that that's not me. I'll probably make a lot of my stuff when I go. But I mean, I'll give Kenya an open case for this.
It's giving me one of the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. It's giving me Mary.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, given what she went through, like, it's not great, but it's not like the worst thing. And I actually, I don't know, I like her makeup, I like her hair.
Hair is gorgeous. I love her hair in this look.
Yeah, I'll give her an open.
Yeah, I think adding the headband to the hair, the gold shoe, like there's a lot of styling things here. The belt in the middle, like there's a lot of things here that like added to the look when it could have been a mess. Like it could have been like, I definitely threw this together in like one night. So maybe it's just because I feel for her, but I don't think this is bad. I like the colors on her. I think it's a nice color palette. I'll give it an open case. It's not my favorite thing, but there's looks that I definitely like a lot worse that people probably spend a lot more money on, unfortunately. And last of the girls that did not perform, we have Mikey Meeks.
Obsessed. This was so gorgeous. This is, I think, other than, there was, I think Juicy and Nene had good looks. This was just like so good to me. And I love Mikey Meeks. I feel like we haven't gotten a standout moment from her just yet, but I really like what her perspective is drag. And I also love that she's a girl that wears her own hair up into like styled and stuff like that. Like I'm a girl who wears my own hair in drag. So like I definitely, this is definitely a closed case for me.
Yeah, this is my favorite of the week, I think. I love this. I think she looks great. Close case.
Super fun just to like have these weird shapes just like around you. Like it's so fun. I love this bow, this like off-center bow at the bottom. The black really, I think, makes this is like a periwinkle or like a sky blue pop even more. It looks expensive and her beat is lethal. Her face card, amazing. I love her. I want her to have a moment. I want her to like have that moment, and it still hasn't come. But this runway is my favorite of the week. It's a close case.
You know who she reminds me of, like their run, not like their style of drag, but like their run in the season so far. Gives me kind of Dawn, where it's like like a little bit like I feel like she's like having some great looks. She's kind of floating in and out of like high save, but she hasn't had her moment yet. And I'm hoping that or maybe that episodes afterwards will be like her, it'll be the Mikey Meeks takeover.
I want that. So getting into the queens that performed, we will talk about the runways and their talent, starting with the queen who opened up the whole show, Ciara Myst. Kayla, why don't you start? What did you think about Ciara?
I just feel really bad. I just feel like, because I honestly, I didn't like hate this performance. I thought, and especially hearing the story behind it in Untucked, I thought it was really beautiful. And I just, it's kind of frustrating that the talent show has sort of morphed into this thing where it's like, I think it can be described the best as like when Ross Matthews was like, well, this was nice, but I wanted some death drops. And it's like,
I roll my eyes to the back of my skull.
But it's like, but it's okay. But it's like, if we're gonna do that, right? Like, you're expecting like really like high energy, crowd pumping numbers. I think we need to reevaluate what the talent show is. You know what I mean? I think we need to at that point, buy some songs that the girls want to lip sync to and let them do their own lip sync performance to it. At that point, if you're going to be so narrow in like what you're going to reward, and this doesn't even just go for Ciara, this goes for like Chanel juggling knives on All Stars 9 or whatever.
Which was so incredible. And the fact that I don't know.
Right. Like it's they're not going to actually like reward things that are different, not saying that like Ciara deserved to be in the top or whatever, but I'm just saying if they have such a narrow view of like what they're willing to reward to begin with, I think there's something wrong with kind of the format of the talent show, and it just sucks. It just sucks that like these kind of like artsier, kind of slower moments are just never going to have their day in this format. I thought she had some cool elements. I like when she like went to the floor and like the bones break line and like the costume came. Like there were parts of it that were cool. I don't agree that it was bottom 2. You know, I think I the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, maybe I get it, but like after thinking about it, I'm like, no, there was somebody who was clearly worse. And I like this runway. I don't hate it. So I'm gonna give it an open, and I just feel bad. I just feel bad. What about you, Abigail?
I'm gonna be honest. This is a close case for me. I loved this whole concept. To me, this gave like Mariah Paris Balenciaga levels of like conceptual like importance, and I would have ranked her probably 4th out of the pack. I would have probably put Darlene and Vita. Love Vita, but girl, lower than her. And I like the runway too. I think it was the most like kind of fashionable we've seen her. Like, I mean, I liked her little Bob Mackie eyes reference, but to me, this just gave like demon fashion queen. I lived for Ciara Myst. She's definitely one of my favorites this season. This is good drag to me.
Yeah, I mean the runway is like, it's fine. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. She looks good. But this performance, I think she got screwed over by going first. I think if this had gone a little bit later, and I don't know if they chose the order, if production chose the order, I'm not quite sure. But if this had gone not first, I think it would have been received a little bit better. But it's just like you have Ciara, who's like telling a beautiful poem about her friend who, you know, is no longer with us. And then you cut to Ross Matthews, but where's the death drop? It's like, girl, it's just like, so it's icky. It feels a little icky.
I agree. I just feel like as someone who like as a drag entertainer who's been doing it over a decade, like I can do the cartwheels, the dips, the splits, all that crazy shit. But there's nothing like a more like, to me, drag is inherently political and it's powerful and its message. And I feel like that's exactly what this was. And like, I don't know, I think we need to wake up how gorgeous she looked, like this like red butterfly draped fabric. Like, I don't know, Ciara Myst did it for me this week. She wasn't like my winner, like my top 3 per se, but she was definitely like, I would have been like rooting for her really hard if I was there.
I was surprised that the queens were also like, ugh, boring. I was like, really?
I feel like because she's not really in like a strong alliance, she doesn't have like a strong storyline. I feel like some girls probably are like cerebral in that aspect, where like they see like Ciara's probably like, you know, on the lower rank, so it's like knock her down a peg because everybody loves Vita, and I think everybody like is getting Darlene's kind of camp drag. I haven't seen Ciara break out with anybody yet. I feel like that's like maybe somewhere like, and also like from what I understand, like I feel like the producers kind of like egg on certain moments and like give little sound bits, especially when like you're doing your confessionals. So maybe they were, you know, they were like, well, didn't you think Ciara's was kind of messy, or do you think Ciara's was kind of like this or whatever, you know? Like I feel like that's like in my producer mind, I feel like that's probably what would have happened in my opinion if I would have been there. But I would have been like, no, Ciara was great. Sorry.
I'm giving her a close case. I really enjoyed it, and I went to the bar to watch with a bunch of friends, and we all, when it was done, were like, that was so powerful, we loved that. So we were all very surprised when she was ranked, you know, where she was. But the next up we have is, oh, Ross Matthews, you got your death job. It's Juicy Love Dion. Abigail, what did you think about Juicy this episode?
I've never gotten the privilege to meet Juicy. I do know her sister Cat Wilderness and Morphine, but I've always wanted to like just see her perform live. I just think she's like, there's something enamoring about her. Like she gives me like Georges to like umpteenth degree. Like she's in that Georges multiverse or whatever that everybody jokes about on Twitter. This is top tier. She would have been like my second place this week. It was absolutely incredible.
I just think she's great. I think she's such a good performer. We've seen this sort of like, you know, high energy dance power number before, where they're lip syncing to their own track and stuff. And I think in a lot of ways you have to be a really good performer to sell one of those. And I just think she's just so fluid. I love the video game concept that, like, you know, she's being controlled like a little video game character. Like, it was so high energy and fun. She was probably besides Mia, my favorite this week. And I like this runway is funny because it reminds me of like vegetables. I don't know. It's like very
like cabbage.
Yeah, it's like cabbage coated, but I still like it. I think it.
small, so she's like a Cabbage Patch Kid. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. And I also love, like, I don't know, I just love her little wigs. I feel like it's just, it works so well for her, and I love them. They're so cute.
I feel like she's worn that wig too much.
I will give Juicy a closed case. What about you, Derek?
I love the color palette of her runway. I love this like muted, like aubergine and like forest green. Like, and then obviously, I mean, duh, of course she's gonna give an amazing talent show. She's like one of the best dancers the show has ever seen. I loved the video game, like you mentioned. That move that she does where she's like upside down and then she somehow flips and like lands in a split. It's like crazy. So close case for Miss Juicy. And I will say she wasn't someone that I was super excited for preseason because this just isn't the type of drag that I usually am like the most excited about. It just doesn't speak to me like some alt, kind of stuff. But I'm loving Juicy so much more than I thought I would.
Definitely a closed case.
Up next, we have Nene Coco. Do you guys think that it was wrong of her to just take a number that she's already known for and just do it on the stage?
No, not at all. I'm like, girl, you do like what you're good at. Like, I know if I went, there'd be a couple like looks that I've done in the past that I would probably upgrade to try to take for a category. Also, I think it's like girl, again, like I talked about earlier, it's like money. Like, I know for a fact, Nene, it makes a lot of her looks, so maybe she saves a little bit of money with that. But like every one of her looks have been so top notch that like, and I don't know if they have to pay for their step for the talent show too. But I don't know. I disagree with Jane and. We'll get into it, but this is by far my winner of the week.
Oh, this was your favorite.
Oh, 110%. And I'm not just saying that because I'm like biased and I know and love Nene, but I just like, and then also her runway this week, only critique I'll give about it is the shoes. I don't like the shoes with it, but Mott's from Chicago made it. So Chicago representation. I love that. But yeah. You guys say whatever you want to say because I'm just gonna like rant about how much I love it.
I've seen that performance before. We all I think have seen it's great.
Yeah.
The original one is great. I like this. At first I was like apprehensive at the idea of like her just kind of bringing it to Drag Race, but I think it actually benefited her a bit to make it a little different. I think like from the one that we know, because the original one is like the crazy the sin is the woman who ate and she does the thing like, and I part of me I'm conflicted because sometimes I think I'm like, oh, I wish we would have gotten to see that, but I know it's like a rights thing, they have to get the rights to the song. But given that, like I think she made a smart choice. I think this was a really smart choice. And I really like this runway. This was another one I think that's got zapped from my mind, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's really cool. I will give her a closed case. What about you, Derek?
I love this like warped sleepy time like runway. It's so cool. And her mug is just so stunning. Like so stunning. She's so cute out of drag and in drag. Not fair. Not fair. She's so cute.
I secretly hope that Nene Coco is somewhat bisexual. And I just run into her at a club and like we like run off together. You
could be her bi-awakening.
I mean, you never know. I mean, this is just like, this is one of my like favorite weeks for her. She's had some incredible weeks so far for me. I think she's always been for me at the high part of the safe or in the top. So like, I'm gonna go out on a whim. She's my winner for the season. Love her. Just
yeah. I think her and Jane are the most consistent thus far.
Yeah, Jane too.
So, but close case for Nene. She's so good. I love just like a twisted thing like that. But then you like make it camp and drag and fashion, and I just love it. I love her brain. Up next we have Vita Von T Starr. Now she did make this look in the workroom or in her hotel room because her original satin look did not come in time. So she whipped this up lickety split.
Kayla, you go. I mean, given that, I don't hate this runway. I think the runway is like whatever. It's fine. Like it's not my favorite thing that she's worn, but I don't hate it. And it's also very impressive that she made it in her hotel room. Like that's crazy. This talent show. I just like, first of all, people have done the workout concept before. And so I don't know why she thought that was like the route to take. I just don't think anything really made her stand out here. It was just like a little awkward to watch. I just feel bad. I just feel like because I really like Vita, but this was not it. This was my least favorite of the week for me, and I'll have to give her a cold case, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wish that for the runway she would have worn a breastplate, and I think it could have given like a Isabella Rossellini from like Death Becomes Her vibe. But I really like the color on her, and I love the gold with this, dark green. But it was just not an inventive talent show. Like we saw Alyssa Edwards do something very similar on Global All Stars, and trying to even come close to what Alyssa Edwards is very hard. And she missed some of the words. She was in the flats, which RuPaul already said was a no-go. So I'm gonna give her a cold case as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to be nice because I don't want people to hate me online. I actually like the runway a lot. Like, I think the only thing I would probably critique about it is I don't like the hair. I think the hair could have been like an updo or something, maybe. I would have loved maybe just a little bit of a tighter fit at the bottom of the dress. Like, I don't think it's that. Like, the dress, it's not anything I would like say is the worst thing ever. This talent show, it was just like the flats. It's just was that a cat?
Yeah.
Oh my god! That we have the cats joining it, girl. And then
yes.
But to go back to Ms. Vita Vonti's Starr and to everything else, yeah, like somebody better like call Elsa because baby, this is a frozen cold case. Like,
oh my god!
I hate to say it, but Vita has been absolutely top tier drag for me, and like every episode except for RDR Live in this one. But I don't know, Ms. Vita. It was not a star. It was like a I don't know. It'd be like what's like the opposite of a star, like something that's just like dark, like like a moon. I don't know. Like it's just like what comes out at night. I don't even know. To me, like I don't know. Vita to me, I mean, she looks gorgeous. I mean, her mug is beat. The hair is giving 80s. Yeah, it's a cold case. Love you though, Vita. I promise I don't hate you. I don't hate you.
She's so hit or miss. Like it's wild. Like when she misses, it's a miss. But when she hits, it's a hit.
I agree. And it sucks because like I honestly like when it started off the season, I was like, oh, she could be a winner. You know what I mean? I could see that. But to me, she keeps having these moments where it's like she barely skates out of the bottom too. Like the RDR Live, totally think she should have been the bottom over Mandy, unfortunately. And then she would have been my lowest pick this week, personally. And I mean, she seems like she's a cool person. She's obviously incredibly talented seamstress. She gives me like Van Gogh this last season. Yeah, Van Gogh was doing great at every design challenge.
Yeah.
And other stuff. It's kind of given that right now.
I'm surprised that the girls didn't put more girls didn't put her last to put her in the bottom, because if I'm them and I have to play this strategy game, I'm thinking, well, if I ever want to win a sewing challenge in my life, then maybe it would be better if Vita left.
Maybe they're gonna get Vita out.
Yeah, like I'm surprised that more people didn't do that strategically.
I'll be interested to see like when they release the dossiers. Like was Discord truly the one that like saved her from the bottom, or like were other queens also kind of giving her a little bump?
I feel like Discord rated her like number 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if I remember seeing what Discord rated her. I know Discord. I remember a confessional of Discord talking about it, but I don't know.
I think she put her 3rd or maybe 4th.
Okay. I mean, I feel like the highest you could have put her is 5th. Like,
yeah. So, well, it's funny because Discord was like, I'm gonna rate this 98% fairly, but with Vita, and I'm like, so that's more than 98%. That's less than 98%, Diva. But moving on to Darlene Mitchell. Who wants to go first?
I go first a lot, so Kayla, you go.
I don't love this runway. I do not love this runway. I think she kind of has this weird thing where she's so charismatic that she could honestly kind of sell anything, and like it, I buy it. Like I'm okay. Like that's not abysmal because it's you wearing it, and I love that you're having a fun time wearing it. But like if you critique it on the outfit itself, I don't love it. I think somebody said it was like it's like when you dress up your Barbies and you're just kind of putting them in whatever. Like that
was Ross Matthews.
Yeah, that's Ross Matthews. Like that's kind of the vibe. This number, I didn't hate it. I think she leaned into the campiness of it. I just think that like I was almost waiting for her to do something with the tools. I was like waiting for like I'm like, oh, she has all these paper tools here. What's she gonna do with them? Like I was like, oh, is it like a weird thing where she's gonna like use them in some way? But she was kind of just like standing next to them and singing and doing like a metaphor, like, oh, innuendo, funny. It was fine. I didn't love it. I'll give her an open case.
I think I'm gonna give her a cold case because this runway, and so she had a different hair for this, and Athena gave her this wig and was like, "Girl, don't wear that wig." It was like, one of those campy wigs she likes to wear, and Athena gave her the wig. I don't know if it made it worse or better, but like, it's just none of these colors go together, none of them at all. And don't like the runway. And I was just waiting for a moment. You know what I mean? Like there was no moment. There's no like one thing I'm going to remember from this talent show. It needs to have levels. You want to have some build to a number like this. And it just was her kind of standing there the whole time, lip syncing. And there was a lot of potential. I just don't think it was met. So yeah, it's a cold case.
I feel so bad because I just ripped into Vita too. I'm about to rip into poor Darlene. I absolutely, this runway, it'll be etched into my brain, kind of like how Helena Boys was. I feel like in a way. I feel like this is like a styling nightmare to me. Like I'm a bit of a maximalist and I like to like kind of pair things all together like that. And like, but I like to follow a color scheme. So like everything kind of goes together. I mean, I literally even Sharpie my jewelry to match. Like all of this is not even the color it actually is without it. But I mean, I feel like, okay, what can I say nice about this? If I was judging my local drag competition when I was back in Palm Springs at Chill Bar, I would have been like, oh, this is, cute. I would have been like, maybe change the color of the gloves. Yeah, I don't even want to look at the runway. The talent show though was just like, it was cute. I mean, it was like, it gave me like Trinity the Tux, like All Stars 4, like, oh,
yes.
Yeah, my tucking panties and this is my, whatever. Oh gosh, I would give this a cold case. Not as frozen as Miss Elsa Vita Von T Stars, but yeah, this is a cold case for me.
But I love Darlene so much.
I do too. She's great. Like I think she adds like a fun campy element to the season.
Yeah. And lastly, we have Kayla's favorite, Mia Starr. Kayla, take it away.
I'm obsessed with her. I don't even like this runway and I still don't care. I'm like, I don't even care. I love her so much. I like this runway is like whatever. I'm like, this is fine. I can't even like, it's like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I have trouble even like perceiving it and understanding what's going on here. Don't even care. I just love her. I think she's so fucking nuts. I think she's like, just everything she does, I'm like, you just pick like the most chaotic option for whatever you do all the time. And I live for that. I love this talent show. This one was my favorite alongside Juicy. Nene probably should have been in the top because Mia, that bald-ish like spray paint patch wig she's got underneath there is crazy, and I understand that. But I love this. I just think she's such a good performer. I think she's so fun and like crazy. Closed case. Mia Starr to the moon. My favorite. Yes.
I love that we have a dancer that doesn't, I don't want to say rely on, but doesn't even do any stunts. No splits, no dips, no nothing. She is just doing straight up choreo, but is still managing to like leave an impact with her performance.
Yeah.
Mia was my third this week. Like she was incredible in the performance. I can't critique her performance style because like she'd probably wash me in a lip sync even if I did my best. But like I just the runways every week have just been such a miss for me, unfortunately, with her. And I feel like there's always either some fit issues or like the breast. Like one of my biggest problems with like boy queens, and no shade, is when their breastplates show, like the line of their breastplate show, and like you could just see her breastplate. Like and it was the same thing last week with the Little Kim runway. She tried to hide it with like a strand of hair, but I saw it. I think
you like locked right in.
I do because it's like I look for clean lines. I'm the same way with pads. Like if I see like the line of your pad, I'm like, girl, go buy some fleece line tights that are like super thick. Like you can do it. I believe in you. But I don't know. I don't think Mia's bad at all. I don't get her stylistic choices as an entertainer, you know, and I think that's what I would have knocked her down a point for. But I mean, I love her song, girl. I would add that to my playlist, girl. Like, oh, you know, like and also I loved her verse in the girl group challenge too. Like she's definitely musically inclined. Like she like definitely is just, I mean, she's top tier drag. It's just I wish she would polish out some stuff. That's what I would say about her.
So would you give her a closed case?
I'll give her an open case. I'll give her an open.
I wish that she would have leaned into the Christmassy part of the runway. I think if she had done like a green or something, it would have like just made it more camp. And I think it needed to be styled a little more campy to like go with this insane silhouette. But it's not my favorite look. It's not my least favorite look. I think, I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun look. But I loved her dance. I loved her talent show. She has so much stage presence and she just like captivates me whenever she's performing. So I'm gonna give her a closed case.
Okay. I heard that because if her runway was good, I would have definitely give her a closed case. But this is like a runway, and she said her drag mother made this for her, and I'm like, baby, that looks like your drag daughter made that for you. I'm so sorry. God, I feel like such a BICTH or whatever that one meme was. I'm like, fuck. You know, I don't know. I think she's incredible. I definitely see her in like my top like 5, 6 of the season right now. But I don't necessarily think this week was her winning week. I thought the girl group was her winning week.
That's fair. So now we're gonna rank. We're gonna rate a queen, just like they had to do. Kayla, why don't you start?
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna go from remember last season I did this, Derek, and I was like losing track of everybody as I was writing down. But this is easier because there's less people.
There's only 6.
Okay, I'm gonna go Juicy, Mia, Nene. Give me a second. Ciara, Darlene, Vita.
Okay,
Yeah.
Abigail.
I'm gonna do Nene, Juicy, Mia, Ciara, Darlene, Vita. That would be my ranking.
I am going to agree with Abigail. I would do Nene and then Juicy and then Mia and then Ciara, Darlene, Vita. But the Queen's rank and the top 2 is Juicy Love Dion and Mia Starr. And they lip sync to Pretty Ugly by Zara Larsson.
Oh, such a good song. I love Zara Larsson. One of my favorite songs to perform by her is Can't Tame Her. I don't know if you know that one.
Yes.
I was so happy to see the song performed, and I love how different their takes were. It gives me like this to me will probably be one of the better lip syncs of the season, unless Juicy lip syncs, 5 more times. Like I'm sure they'll put her in the bottom 4. But I definitely this is up there with like the Anitra, Marsha style lip syncs, where it's like Marsha's giving a different take, Anitra's doing 25 splits. Like I think that was the vibe that I got from this. It was great, like closed case in this lip sync.
People are saying this is the best lip sync since Boss Bitch. Do we agree?
I think so. I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
I really love Lexi Love's alter ego lip sync.
Yes.
I liked Nymphia and Saphira's Padam Padam. I wouldn't say the best since Boss Bitch, but I definitely think it's like it's the best this season by far. It's probably I would say it definitely levels up a lot.
I have an All Stars one, but I think that Aja and Georges to Party Lights by Natalie Cole would be like, I like that one better than this one. But
so good, love. I was literally just watching that lip sync last night.
I watch it all the time. I watch it constantly.
And I just love Natalie Cole too. I have a mix of her singing her dad's song Love, and I do that sometimes. It's just Natalie Cole's incredible. May she rest in peace.
I love finding like new songs that I didn't know before from Drag Race, and it's happening less so now that they're not doing as many older songs. But I'd never heard of Party Lights, and I fucking love that song.
Such a good. It's a classic drag song. I can't remember who I saw do that one time at Progress in Chicago when I was like 19 years old. I was like, okay, bitch, this is giving. And then when I heard it on Drag Race, it had been a couple years. I was like, oh, okay, and I added it to my playlist real quick.
Who do we think did better in the lip sync? I think it was Mia. I think Mia did better. I loved Mia's like when she was like shaking the titties and how she was doing these like punching moves, and it's such a like it's like a hardcore song. I say that to like a fucking Zara Larsson song, but it's very like attitude and energy, and I feel like she was giving me that.
It's hard. I think because I'm such like a Mia stan, I think I'm gonna have to go Mia. But they both did so well. I'm glad they both won. When they both won, I was like, yes, I love my life. This is great.
My view of it and why I choose Juicy is it's kind of like when you remember when Lucky Stars did like the bouncing boobs thing and like her
with the basketball titties.
I think she not only did she get, I would say Mia got repetitive for me, but it was like she kind of kept doing the same kind of dance move, and I feel like she's like a really like greatly trained choreographed dancer. I would have think maybe bring on a couple different moves, but I mean I would have still given them a double win. It's by far, but it's like if you had to ask me if Alyssa or Tatiana won, but I love them.
Tatiana won.
Yes. Or like if it's Brooklyn, Evie won, but Brooklyn did great. You know what I mean?
Evie won. We see each other.
I know. It's like Mia's an absolutely incredible drag artist, I mean, really everybody in this season has been incredible. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think Juicy to me, like I just something about a stunt on Drag Race, even though she's already done 25 splits this season. I was just like I would have been like throwing all of my rent money at her if I was there.
I love watching Michelle too during like a really good lip sync because Michelle's always like screaming and like hollering and
I love doing T.S. Madison's there and she's judging because I feel like T.S. Madison goes up during the lip sync.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So they both win and that is the end of the episode. But next week we have the talent show part 2. Who are we excited to see and who are we worried for in the next talent show?
Okay, so I'm really excited for Jane Don't. I'm excited for Mikey Meeks. Who am I worried for? Because God, I feel like I'm like it's lost on me who's all going next week. I will Discord. I'm interested to see what Discord does because I've seen her perform live. Discord's actually a really good performer, and she like does a lot of like punk like live singing. She plays guitar. If she plays the guitar, she could easily be a top 2 moment. I don't know who I'd be worried for because okay, so we got Jane, Mikey, Discord. Who else is there next week?
Athena and
I'm worried for Miss Athena, low-key. Oh, and
you?
And Kenya's there, right?
Yeah, Kenya.
I think Athena. I don't want to say this might be her swan song, but I something about Athena going out now. Like I just feel like she's just not been like her. She's grandiose. Like I know Athena like through like I've heard her name for years, and like she's like a legend and iconic. And I just don't think she's been able to rise to the occasion just yet. Other than her owl runway look in RDR Live, which was that episode was great for her. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm worried maybe for Athena and Kenya. That's who I would say I'm worried for.
Yeah, same.
I'm worried for Jane, not because of what she's gonna bring, but I think that they could sabotage her. They could absolutely sabotage her. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But Ciara is coming in with kind of an advantage because she can kind of rank based on who she wants to lip sync against.
I think she would probably choose Athena to lip sync against. I feel like Athena's probably the one that I would like, if she does the same 8 count she did in the girl group, I think girl, it's a cold case on that. It'll probably be girl, she'll probably be packing her bags out in the cold, like I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting to see who's the bottom next week. I mean, it would be shocking if it was something like Mikey Meeks flops or something like that and she's the bottom. But I don't know. I see next week being the top 2. I mentally envision it to be Jane and maybe Discord, or Jane and maybe like Kenya. I think Kenya could pull something out. I think if she does like kind of like a bitch track, like like maybe like a cornbread style vibe, like I could see that vibe. It would be really pussy. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a lot of queens in the second group that have yet to have a like standout moment, like Discord, like Kenya, like Mikey. Even Athena. So like I'm excited to see who really like steps out.
Right, the occasion.
I want Ciara to stay. So whoever goes next in the bottom next week, I just hope it's someone that Ciara can beat.
Now, who would you want it to be?
Athena, probably.
I mean, yeah, I feel like, like as much as I love like, like Kenya, I would hate to see her go right now. So I mean, I think it would be Athena for me.
Discord. Honestly, Discord, because I think that Ciara could beat Discord, and I think that Discord hasn't done much, whereas Athena is bringing a lot of drama and a lot of good TV.
I see, like, listen, I will say I've known Discord since the start of my drag career. She used to live in Chicago. Her and Gidget always used to look out for me as a teen queen. So, like, I will always love her and her partner. Unbiased, I think she actually really could do well this week. I do want her to have, like, a standout week and, like, a really sickening, fitted, gorgeous runway. I think that's the one thing I'll agree with you earlier. I think you said, Derek, about some of her runways kind of, like, wearing her, not her wearing them. Because I know she makes all of her stuff, so it's like I would, maybe tailor in a couple things more, but that's just like a small critique I would give of her drag so far.
Yeah.
It was a good episode. I apologize to the entire audience for my audio and Wi-Fi issues. If you guys are privy to anything, or the loud sirens, or if a cat jumps in, or if people hate me for how I read Vita Vonti's Starr, I hope it's not bad. I hope it's at Helena Boy levels of, like, we have to edit this stuff down.
No. There was no Helena Boy levels of. If you want to watch a season 2 of Drag Duel, episode 4, Abigail came to read, and it was iconic. It was so iconic.
You don't bring the trans girls from, like, the old school, like, dolls to a review show and not expect us to, like, not give our motherly advice, because as America's intersexiest transsexual icon myself, I can't not let the girls know what mother what grandma thinks.
Helena Boy does not do drag at the moment, and I'm not saying it's your fault, Abigail. I'm kidding. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Not me making this girl quit drag. I'm so sorry. Come back, girl. Come to Chicago. I'll get you booked.
Oh my gosh. Abigail, thank you so much for being here. This was chaotic, but so much fun.
I thank you so much for having me. I love you both. I love watching this. And so, like, being a part of this was truly an honor. And I hope that we can make something out of this edit where I don't sound like a robot, like I'm,
Well, we'll make it work. Derek's an editing wizard. Abigail, where can the people find you? What is your social media? Plug whatever you got to plug. Let the people know what you have going on.
Okay, so you can find me on Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, and you can find me at Abigail B. Hillz with a Z on Instagram. You can find me at the Kit Kat Club every weekend in Chicago. I'm on cast there. We have icons like Chantel DeMarco and Joan Jillian who perform with us every week as well. So come see the duels. Come see, tip the girls, honey. Tip the girls. Book the girls. Book the dolls. We talk about protect the dolls, baby, employ the dolls. Where else could you find me? I mean, anywhere in Chicago, probably in my bed, probably at the Circle K downstairs getting a Polar Pop. That's probably or the Target up the street getting a Pizza Hut pizza.
Real. Love that.
Yeah.
Derek, what do you have going on? Where can the people find you? What's going on in Drag Detective Land this week?
I have a video where I'm trying to predict the Canada's Drag Race All-Stars cast coming out probably tomorrow.
Scarlett Bobo's not on, keep it in the vault.
Scarlett Bobo should be on. I don't think she's going to be on, but she should be on.
If she's not on, I'm going to text Brooke and I'm be like, girl, what? Like, you have all these seasons of girls, like every single girl from, like, we've had like a first out on, or like the Canada versus the world or whatever. I'm like, if my girl Scarlett Bobo.
I genuinely think Juicebox has a higher chance of being on than
I do too, and I love Juicebox. I mean, Canada's Drag Race is by far my favorite franchise outside the U.S. Personally speaking, because they have the most diverse casts and stuff. But if Ebony LaBelle also isn't there, that's my good.
Ebony LaBelle,
so bad. Like,
that is my diva. Kayla, what do you have going on?
What do I have going on? You can find me on youtube.com at youtube.com/Kayla Says. There's a cat. I love my life. This is so awesome.
He kept playing so I had to move. I was like, we're not having another Wi-Fi moment.
I make videos about pop culture. They're not about Drag Race. I have a video coming out this week about what video am I making this week? There's another cat. I don't have a cat, guys. Damn. But all the cat love over here. I love it. I have a video coming out about Olivia Dean, who just won Best New Artist at the Grammys, and some drama surrounding that, and people being weird on the internet. There's so many cats. I'm losing my shit. This is the best. This is the best ever. And what else? Oh, also, if you subscribe to me on Patreon, subscribe to my Patreon for bonus weekly content for just $2 a month. Derek and I are going to be doing a chat about the Grammys, a full Grammys recap. So check out my Patreon if you want to see that. I think I got everything. There's so many kitties.
I have a third one. I don't know where he's at, but
oh my God. Thank you so much for bringing the cats, Abigail, and bringing your lovely, joyous energy to the
and
show.
if you're only listening to this, you're not watching. Abigail's in full drag, looking absolutely stunning and iconic. Thank you for coming, Abigail. You're the best.
Love you.
Love you guys too, and I apologize again for the audio.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We will catch you next week for another episode of The Rigged Recap. And until then, be gay, fuck ICE, and support queer people.
And free Palestine. Thank you.
And free Palestine. Fuck yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.